Welcome to Hospo Health. I'm Larissa and we're talking about mindfulness. In this little video we're going to be talking about a very common mindfulness practice, and that is the awareness of breath practice. The breath practice in mindfulness meditation is intended to give us the gift of knowing that we have access to something that can calm us down and tune us in to what's going on right now, always in our bodies. We're always breathing, unless we're not alive. We're always breathing. And our breath is always changing. There is no wrong way to breathe. One of the difficulties with the breath practice that I've heard people say is that I can't concentrate, I can't clear my mind. I keep thinking, I keep having thoughts, I keep having emotions, I want to scratch, so mindful breathing's boring. It certainly can be. I think one of the most important things that we need to remember when we're aiming to do a mindfulness of breath practice is the intention to pay attention with an open and curious attitude to what's currently happening. This is the mindfulness. We want to hold the mindful attitude to what we're experiencing. So whatever's coming up when we're breathing, when we close our eyes and we pay attention to our breath coming in and out of our bodies, wherever that breath is being felt, and then if our mind wanders and then comes back again, we feel irritable, all of those things are happening. And the fact that we're doing the breath practice makes them evident to us. We can become very much more aware of those thoughts that keep recurring. It's interesting, one of my teachers once told me that the thoughts that come up when you're doing a breath practice are usually things that are either repetitive, recent, or relevant. And I found that quite a helpful piece of advice, because it means that I can go, oh, hello you, yes, I know why you're coming up as a thought. And I can go, what I'm doing right now is practicing keeping my attention on my breath so that I can tune in and maintain this practice of paying attention to what's currently going on and not get caught up in the stories and the thoughts that are taking me away from that focus of my attention. So the breath practice actually teaches you not just attentional control, where we're finding ourselves wandering and bringing our minds back again, like that muscle of attention. But it also teaches us the ability, and it cultivates a skill of not attaching to difficult thoughts and emotions. Recognising them, they're legitimate, but we don't have to stay with them and follow them. They're not necessarily always true. We can break our rumination cycles this way. So if we find that we're in a pattern of thinking worrying about work, particularly when we've got to go back and face difficult customers again that we don't want to perhaps, that worrying and that rumination we can notice that we're doing it, and we're building the skill to be able to go, yeah, it's legitimate, but it's not helpful right now. The other thing about the breath is that the out-breath has an active effect on our vagus nerve. So it is actually, breathing out is an act of soothing our automatic nervous system. So just know that when you're taking your big breaths, if you need to take a big breath and breathing out, you're soothing yourself. Breathing is self-soothing. If you find the paying attention to your breath uncomfortable, and some people do, there is an option for you to use hands. And so you can breathing in and out with the hands, following a rhythm like this. And you can pay attention to that rhythm as you're breathing rather than the breath in the body. And it's a very helpful skill for tuning into those sensations of breathing. So I'm just going to suggest that we do a little breath practice. At the end of this practice, at the end of the video, there'll be a bell, but you can continue with this practice if you'd like to, or you can move on in your day. So taking wherever you are, you may be in a seat, you may be in your car waiting for somebody, you may be standing, just take a moment to tune in to the fact that wherever you are, you're breathing. We're always breathing. However you're breathing is the right way for you to be breathing right now. And just notice where in your body you can tune into that sensation with the strongest experience. So maybe it's the nostrils, or the chest, or even the belly, or a combination of those places. Maybe your hands. And just following the in-breath all the way to the end of the in-breath, all the way to the end of the out-breath. Just being curious about the sensations of the breath. Is there temperature? Is there constriction? Is there looseness? Maybe noticing the brief pause at the top of the breath or at the bottom of the breath. And just staying now for a few minutes in your own way, following the breath, remembering that if your mind wanders, it's okay. That's what minds do. Gently escort the attention back to settle on this breath. Just this breath. Thank you.